live in when I go in the Spanish Imperium. So I asked these guys, I said, hey, what did you come all the way from LA for to stay in the Hilton Hotel? I said, look, the Hilton Hotel in LA is the same as the Hilton Hotel in Shanghai, the same as the Hilton Hotel in Cancun, the same as the Hilton Hotel in Manila, the same as the Hilton Hotel in Madrid, because one architectural firm and basically one engineering firm, they have the same plan for the Hilton Hotel all over the world. They look the same, they smell the same, they're built the same. So why in the hell did you leave LA just to go and stay in LA? Did you want to have any contact with any Filipinos? I mean, while you were here? Are they too dirty? Are they too poor? Are they too unintelligent? Well, no, they're looking at me and I look just like an Eta. So since I'm looking like an Eta, they are affirming all of my suspicions that not only are they staying at the Hilton Hotel to avoid me, to avoid the common Filipino, but they're also in the Hilton Hotel to avoid me. Now, the way I look, the fact that I look like an Eta, that I had long hair, that I was maybe 20 pounds less than an American my height, all of that made me look terrible in their eyes. But it did not mean that there was no money in my bank account. It did not mean that I had no way of getting back to civilization. Didn't mean any of that. But it appeared to them that I had no way of doing it. So here in this part of the Imperium, when I meet someone that's from the United States, they aren't going to be able to come over to my place because I don't have a traditional air conditioner. I don't have a traditional kitchen. I don't have any of the accommodations that an American would have. So I know Americans that are here. They don't do things as I do, and they look at me and they look at the Mexicans and they pity us. They're like, oh, you and the Mexicans are so poor. You suffer so much. Your lives are so hard. How do you do it? So now we're going to get to the crux of this book. So this man, husband, and this wife that are in this story, they have a child. And the child is growing up in a Catholic country. Now that's important. You may not like the Pope in Rome, but if you're in the Spanish Imperium, you are going to have to deal with Catholicism. So knowing the history of Catholicism, knowing why, like in the Philippines, knowing why the cardinal in the Philippines has practically as much power as the president of the Philippines is important. Those are things you have to know. Doesn't matter if you say you're an atheist. Doesn't matter if you say there's no Jesus. None of that matters. None of that matters. And the way I get around this is I tell people that I'm a Filipino Catholic. And they said, well, what does that mean? Well, I'm going to tell you exactly what that means. A Filipino can have a cross in an anting-anting. Now, you may not know what a cross and an anting-anting means, but ask a Filipino. A cross and an anting-anting. Now, when you think about that, you'll understand why there's absolutely no there's no historibus in mi mente quando io penso di religione e catolicismo. Io non tengo conflitto in mi mente porque io sabe que una persona necesita el simbólico de la cruz. Buen día. Una persona necesita la símbolo de la crucifixión, y también la persona necesita la anting. So in this story, this wife and this husband, they have a child, but they have a problem, because remember, Catholicismo and the anting. They have a child, but the child cannot be baptized yet because the child doesn't have a padrino. So, as they're walking down a street that looks like this, out from maybe this pile, talvez fuera este basura, caminó un hombre, y este hombre caminó afuera, y cuando él caminó, él tiene todo vestido negro, y él no tiene zapatos. Él estaba caminando. Él estaba un mandingo. Él estaba pobre. Él estaba simple. Él estaba sucio. So out steps from a pile of trash on a dirty, desolate street like the one I'm on was a man in black.